Good evening, folks. Welcome to Quest Group News Radio. I'm your host, Mr. D Quest. Now, please, as you come in the building, folks, please make sure you hit that like button, share button, and subscribe button. Especially if you like the video, make sure you hit that like button, share button, and subscribe button. Now, you know we got plenty of more videos coming soon, so definitely, we can only do that when people hit that like button, share button, subscribe button. But anyway, folks, y'all know how we do, right? Y'all know how we do. Usually our channel covers different cases, right? But today we felt that we had to discuss this case. Now it's a little bit older. It's still recent though because the suspect's still fighting court cases, but it's a little bit older. But we just wanted to rehash this because a lot of people covered this case, but we didn't give our take on the case. All right, so this is the Samantha Josephson case. All right. Now, as we all know, Samantha, she was killed because she was out with friends, right? And at the end of the night, she wanted to take off, so I guess she called an Uber. Okay, now, while she was waiting for the Uber to come, she was on the phone texting or whatever, and then a car pulled up, and she thought that was her Uber that she called, so she hopped in that car, and that was the last time anybody seen her. You know what I mean? So, now, we all know about this case. Now, as we all know, a little bit after the case, an arrest was made. Okay? And the person who got caught, they're currently in trial. His name was Nathaniel David Rowland. Okay, so an arrest was made, which was a good thing, just a short little while later. So, all right, we're going to cover this case real quick. We're going to cover the basics of the case, and then we're going to discuss it. And then we're going to run through some quick questions and comments before we sign out for the day. Okay, here we go. Now, for those of you who don't know, Samantha Josephson decided to call an Uber around 2 a.m. Friday after being separated from her roommates during a night out in Columbia, South Carolina. The 21-year-old University of South Carolina senior accidentally hopped into a black Chevy Impala thinking it was her ride, the Uber that she just previously called 2 seconds before. Okay, now after that, nobody heard from her. And about 14 hours later, turkey hunters found her body in a field 90 miles from Columbia, okay, and nobody knew how she got there. Now, police said what we now know is that she had, in fact, summoned an Uber and was waiting for that Uber ride to come, okay, and then we believe that she simply mistaken got into a particular car thinking it was her Uber ride. Now, we all seen the surveillance video, people. So, yeah, she definitely got into the wrong car. But, okay, let's continue on. Now, let's just fast forward real quick. So, she got into the wrong car. Obviously, she got abducted. Then turkey hunters found her body, the next day or so, 90 miles away. 90 miles, folks. Now, let's fast forward real quick. Okay, fast forward. Nathaniel David Rowland, 24, has been arrested on charges of murder and kidnapping in connection with Samantha's death. Okay, Holbrook said. He is being held in a jail in Columbia. Okay, Rowland also faces 2 misdemeanor charges for failing to stop on police command and for simple possession of marijuana. Okay, police are also questioning a female acquaintance of Rowland who was in his vehicle at the time of his arrest. Okay, Timmons also said the acquaintance is cooperating with law enforcement and that there's no indication at this time that she was in a vehicle when Samantha got in the car. So she does not face any charges from police at this time. Okay, now Rowland is currently in jail, no bail, and he's facing a slew of charges, people. All right, now that's pretty much the case. All right, now let's talk about this case for a minute. Now, first of all, rest in peace to Samantha because she didn't deserve this, all right? All right, she made a mistake that cost her life. Now let's talk about the case. First of all, her and her friends is out for a good night on the town, right? You know, they're college kids, folks, so they out there, good night on the town. How many of us been out there for a good night? You know, just hanging out, kicking it. All right, now it says somewhere along the line her friends and her got separated. So I think it was getting late anyway. You know, the night's winding down. Now, it also said that she was texting her boyfriend or something like that. You know, I guess I don't know if she was going to go straight home or if she was going to go stop by his house. All right, so it says she was texting her boyfriend at the time. So she was busy, folks. Now, she got the Uber on its way. But she's on her phone. So that's first point right here. We got to be careful out here, peoples. We got to be careful because too many of us are distracted by our phones nowadays, and we're not even looking at what are we doing. We're not even looking at where we going. Okay, an Uber pulled up, and this dude wasn't even Uber, and she got in, and I know that had to be scary because at first I think she was on the phone with her boyfriend or texting her boyfriend while she was in the car. But I'm sure after a while she had to notice that this was the wrong car. And when that point hit, I'm sure fear set in. Now, I don't know how he got her 90 miles away. I don't know if he killed her somewhere else and then took her to 90 miles. I don't know. All I know is that the news report said that he had a child safety lock, so she's sitting in the back of the passenger seat, I think, right? And he had some type of child safety lock where she couldn't get out. That's all I know. So I'm sure she tried to get out and think, but that had to be a scary point. You tell him, yo, you're supposed to make a right. My house is that way, and this dude's going left. You know, now it doesn't say she was sexually assaulted, at least from the story I went through on. Now maybe a recent update, because remember, people, we do a lot of stories, so I don't know if he just at first wanted to rob her or something like that. But anyway, a sad situation, folks. So he did what he did. He locked her in. He locked her in so she couldn't get out. And he wound up taking her 90 miles away. All right. And they're saying that, I guess he was trying to pull out the car. He was hitting her, kicking her. She was trying to kick him. A foot got injured. Maybe he slammed her foot while she was trying to get out. Maybe she tried to jump out of a moving car. I really don't know. And I really don't want to know too much of the situation because it's a sad story all around, and I don't want the parents really reliving it like that. Some certain information people just don't need to know. But they found a lot of things in his car, like bleach. So I guess he tried to clean up blood. I guess there was other DNA evidence, like blood of hers in the car in the trunk, like because he tried to clean up. So I guess he tried to assault her or subdue her in the car. I guess, so. I don't know. That's just weird. They found a lot of evidence on that dude. Now, how they came about knowing it was him, well, the car's distinctive. So, and then I'm sure he's been around that area before. So, I don't know exactly. Maybe somebody called in a trip to really, really get him that way. Because once the turkey hunters found her body that far, now all you got to ask is, well, who got a Chevy Impala 4-door in this area that fits the suspect's car description? So once that body was found, that probably made it easier for them to determine how many people over here got that car. And once they found that, it was a wrap, folks. Okay, now once she didn't return home, okay, people got worried. Now, on Facebook, a lot of people started blaming the boyfriend and this and that and that and this. Now, y'all need to apologize to that man because he had nothing to do with that. People thought she made it, that he had something to do with it or stuff like that. Maybe he made it to her house and he did something. Nah, man, come on. Y'all already know she got into the wrong car. So we apologize to anybody who caught heat when people was trying to sleuth this case, And usually I like to wait for the facts. And that's why I usually don't like jumping on stuff. Now, I'm like that too. I always blame the boyfriend or husband at first too. But come on. In this case, people, I could tell just the type of car she got. That's not the type of car that you really want to hop in. Being a single female that late at night by yourself and not knowing who's driving. So I already knew the deal. Like this was a certain situation. Okay, now kudos to the friends for reporting her missing that quickly. Because if your friends don't report you missing that quickly, it could have been weeks, folks, months. That surveillance footage from the clubs could have been erased by them, man. So it was like, I'm glad they reported her missing. Now, even though the turkey hunters found her the next day, still, it would have took time to find out who she was. It would have took time to find out where she was from. It would have took time. So her friends reporting her missing was a good job. Definitely. Everybody involved, hats off. Y'all did what y'all were supposed to do for your friends and your family members. Okay, so hats off to everybody. So anyway, we ain't going to take too long. So as we all know, Nathaniel, he's caught up right now. And I hope he gets life in jail. I hope he's charged with first degree. If they got the death penalty, let them decide how they want to handle it. You know what I mean? And because that's some sucker crap right there. Because real quick, let's just say a 300-pound, 400-pound man got into his car, right? Would he had kidnapped them? Would he had tried to rob them? Would he had tried to assault them? Okay? Let's say if there was anybody else who got into his car that wasn't a young female by herself, would he had took off? Now let's say 3 or 4 big dudes got up in his car like, yo, you the Uber? He'd have been like, nah, folks, nah, I'm not the Uber, you know. So he knew better. So he can't say, oh, she hopped in the car, so I gave her a ride and then she didn't want to pay. Nah, folks, that ain't rocking here, fam, because we all know you ain't a cab driver, first of all. We all know what your real intentions was. And third of all, we know if some big dude hopped up in your car, you wouldn't have drove off. You would have been scared like, nah, fam, this ain't an Uber. Get up on out of here. So I hope Nathaniel gets what he deserves, man. I really do. You know, and please, people, you know, school your daughters, man. We gotta be a little bit more careful about our surroundings. All right, folks, I'm gonna take 1 or 2 questions off my Facebook Messenger about this case. We're gonna answer it, then we're gonna sign up on out of here. All right. High Quest, these kids need to stop looking at their phones. Yeah, no doubt. Like we covered that. We all need to stop. It's not just the kids, man. Adults be doing it too. Driving, looking at their phone next to their car flipped over upside down. People walking across the street, looking at their phone next to you hit by a bus. You know what I mean? These phones is getting us in trouble, people. We're not seeing who's watching us. Especially if you're a pretty female and you out there. You at the club, you at the bar, man, put that phone away because you got people preying on you, looking to slip something in your drinks. You got people that's out there looking to do harm. So put that phone away. You text you, I'm having a good time, I'm here. Let everybody know. If you meet somebody, take a quick picture of them and don't go nowhere with that person, ever. But take a quick picture, hey, that way people's pictures is on display. Or if you're out somewhere and somebody make you feel creepy, go to the bartender. Yo, this dude's making me feel creepy. Y'all got any surveillance footage here? Just in case something happened, I want to know. Know your surroundings, people, and get off the phone. Even though that, it's kind of different from this case. But still. Okay, last question. When's his next court date? To tell you the truth, how court cases are. It's going to take forever, man. He's got to get new lawyers, and lawyers, I don't know exactly when his next court case is. Probably sometime in September or something. Who knows? But if he decides to drag it out or his lawyers decide to drag it out, it can take a while. But South Carolina don't play out there. He know they don't play. So I'm thinking he's probably going to plead guilty sooner or later, and try to get a lesser sentence than what they really want to give him. And hopefully, the DA doesn't allow that because they're going to give it to him anyway. But we'll see how the court case plays out. Well, anyway, rest in peace to Samantha, and condolences to her friends and family. And I guess the message for the day is y'all just be careful out there, people, when you by yourselves clubbing with your friends and y'all happen to separate and things like that. Before separating, y'all need to have a game plan together. If you don't hear from me, this, that, and the third. If you get an Uber, I heard Uber has an application to where you know the driver's name and stuff like that. So before you hop in a car, make sure they have that Uber, you know the driver's name, the make and model of the car, and stuff like that. So, because not everybody, is who they, not everybody is who they're supposed to be, So anyway, that's it for today. I'm about to sign up out of here. Please make sure you hit the like, share button, subscribe button. We got plenty more videos, similar lists that's coming in shortly on a daily basis. And we already have plenty of other videos uploaded. So anyway, I want y'all to stay safe, people. Peace.